Hi all, welcome to the 20th episode of my Hypertravel with Hardie video series here on YouTube, in which we travel around the world looking at the pictures I took there, and I'll give a narration. This episode we're going to Thailand, Central and North. Every budget traveler in Southeast Asia has heard of Khao San Road in Bangkok, of course, that warren of creepy crawlers, that rookery of high flyers, that underbelly of bottom feeders that all identify as backpackers, or maybe even flashpackers, travelers, generally young at heart, if not calendar, who made a date with fate and a pact with no backtrack to see it all, or die trying, including beaches, mountains, cities, and villages, but especially beaches, as famously immortalized by Leonardo DiCaprio, not Da Vinci. Wherever the beer is cold, the bud has flowers, the prices are low, the English language has taken root, and at least one enterprising local has mastered the recipe for banana pancakes, sweetened to taste and allowed to settle. But did you know that once upon a time the name for the district was simply Bang Lampu, and that there was an equally viable, if not geographically equal, center of budget accommodations far away in the newer part of town, and usually referred to as Soang Am Dupli, or even the Malaysia Hotel area after its main landmark? That's where I stayed my first few times to Bangkok in the early 1990s and found it preferable, even after trying my luck on Khao San Road. Now, I'm not sure what the big attraction was with either of those locations, though I'm guessing that Bang Lampu's big attraction was the proximity to attraction itself, the historical district of Bangkok, with the palaces and temples of the Ratanakosin district and era. While Soang Am Dupli's attraction might have been to the nearby embassies or Bangkok's Vietnam War era seedy side, nearby Pat Pong red light district, and no shortage of female pragmatists stabled nearby either, which Bang Lampu had none of. No matter, because neither district was especially accessible, or anywhere else either, really. So when the BTS SkyTrain mass transit rail line was constructed, up and running right around Y2K, Sukhumvit Road quickly became my go-to place to stay because of its easier access, lack of which it previously rendered Bangkok a particularly miserable, gridlocked place. Sound like any other city of angels that we know and or love hate? Yes, that Thai name Krung Thep literally means city of angels. Fast forward to the present, and it's obvious that history has no such love of subtlety and nuance. Today, Khao San is world famous and huge, while Ngan Dupli has diminished and become decimated almost to the point of extinction. But I do like a nice, peaceful, cheap, and diverse neighborhood. The more authentic and less affected by mass tourism, the better. The Malaysia Hotel is still there, refurbished and inexpensive, at 20 plus USD, the same as previous, and others even less. Welcome to Thailand. I persist in my efforts to see the good in this country and ignore the bad, if not avoid it altogether. But it's not always easy, given the nature of the beast and long-standing acceptance. Tourism is a positive force, generally, because its good money can indeed drive out the bad, simply because it's bigger. So something of an inverse Gresham's law. By the way, Soang Am Dupli has the Alliance Française nearby, as well as the Goethe Institute, besides all the embassies and business district. But me, I'll be out on the edge, on the cusp of something promising, if not big, where tourism has yet to take root, simply because that's what I like. That's what I do. No moral aesthetic judgments implied or intended. For me, all cities are corrupt and sleazy, by definition, and Thailand is certainly best in the villages, with the nicest people in the world. But in the cities, not so much. But from Bangkok, you can go east or west, of course, west leading to Kanchanaburi and Burma, that is Myanmar, east leading to Trat, Chantaburi, and Cambodia, among other places. One famous for the World War II bridge over the River Kwai, the other not so famous, but featuring Thailand's narrowest point as it sneaks into Cambodia, also known as Kampuchea, along the Thai coastline around Trat, basically stealing what was rightfully Cambodia's, just as the Vietnamese did on the other side, basically gobbling up the country while no one else was looking except the French. Cambodia got much of that back, but not all. And to the north is the vast plateau comprising Thailand's northeast, Isan district, which is essentially the Thai brothers' Laotian, and probably more densely populated than any other part of Laos itself. Same people, different dialect. And I've been to all those places, but mostly north all the way to the Golden Triangle and beyond. But if you're heading due north of Bangkok, then the first stop is the ancient metropolis of Lopburi and Ayutthaya. The ruins at Ayutthaya are splendid, though. And I saw much more in my circuitous walk than I had ever seen before, they being part of a rather large ancient city. The quickie vans from mid-city are much faster than the real buses, but always subject to the temptations of corruption, that is, dropping off from a prearranged point different from the departure point. Now I know. It'd be fun to stay here overnight just to see where you could find ruins popping up and around. Should be as much or more so than Lopburi. From there, it's pretty much a straight shot to Chiang Mai, my old stomping grounds as a handicrafts producer and dealer and sometimes late-night partier, such that I eventually turned against all that completely and not only became a Buddhist practitioner, but enrolled in monk school to learn it all more completely, as an alternative to formal ordination as a monk. But North Thailand is an area almost as large as the vast Northeast Plateau, which comprise a large percentage of the local Thai Lao population, which once migrated out of China before dispersing out of what is now Dien Bien Phu, Vietnam. And Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai both are central to those 5 chiangs, which once spread across 4 Mekong-centered countries. While a southern branch made a beeline to Bangkok to form a new country in partnership with the local Mon peoples. Many still with their own cultures and traditions, had previously established in Dwaravati. But Chiang Mai quickly became a large city and a center for foreigners, such that its original charm was soon lost on me. And so I made the move northward to little brother Chiang Rai, where I lived for many years as part of a local family for a back and forth phase with the USA itself, finally becoming the impetus to do temple time there in one of the local forest temples in Mae Chan, before moving south to attend college. But as temple driver in the north, I discovered many places, including the borders with Burma and Laos. Doi Mae Salong is one of the more interesting, product of the migration of Chiang Kai-shek soldiers after the defeat, some 50 years before, and the dispersion in all directions. Then there are major border crossings at Mae Sai and Mae Sot to Burma, and Chiang Kong and remote Ban Huoc to Laos. The first, Thailand could have formed what is now northern Thailand and Laos, southern China, and Far East Burma. But for an accident of fate, that didn't happen. Still, all those dialects are mostly intelligible to me, and so to me they are one. And actually, Thailand never had a colonizer. But they do have hill tribes, and this is where they live, up around Doi Mae Salong. Aka, Lahu, Lisu, Yao, and Hmong. The latter 2 from China, too, in addition to the KMT renegades. And there they are to this day, KMT soldiers, at least one of which wanted to tell me a story, but my level of Chinese language insufficient to get much more than that out of it. But the Aka are the main minority group here, and their language more likely to be heard on the street than Chinese, which is the secure province of only a dying generation, their offspring having fervently become Thai in that way that is well documented here and only here, in a way that Thailand and only Thailand can accomplish. The Siamesizing of Chinese people that has occurred for at least 700 years, and upon which the nation is based. Unfortunately, the town disappoints, a little bit at least, for reasons that I'm not sure of. Perhaps because the temps aren't too chilly, really, or it's dead. It has everything a tourist town should have except tourists, or travelers, or even backpackers, for lack of better options. Sapa in Vietnam, or even Pai on the other side of Chiang Mai, but not much further away, or much harder to get to, is crawling with them. Maybe Doi Mae Salong's fortunes will improve along with those of Chiang Rai, its closest big city. Then there's the food. Northern Thailand has its own cuisine too, if you can call it that. For most tourists, that means khao soi, a curry and noodles concoction that is actually Burmese, not Thai at all, and cousin to the biryani-like khao mok gai, both product of the previous long-term Burmese occupation. Food conquers where armies fail, I guess. For the northern Thai food connoisseur, Nam Prik Og and Nam Ngheo are standard comfort foods. Then there are numerous versions of lap, both raw and cooked, pork and chicken, that some people meatier than I find extremely tasty. But there's more, and my favorite is a little front yard stall up on Kampeng Den Street where the tuk-tuk drivers eat. Here you can get fish lap, something I've never seen elsewhere. You heard it here first. If you like this content, then please press like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week with another story.